Welcome to the October edition of our little SPACsplorer product that we put out mostly for our own use, but we share that with our clients. We've updated it as usual with closed SPACs, but we've also added some additional features that people have requested that I'm also going to go over in this video. So first of all, the first tab is all the closed SPAC deals, of which I think there are 300 and some odd. But these are just date sorted. You can see we have 9 new ones that came out. Most of them were pretty big, dropped fairly precipitously on their trading, but a few have held up pretty well, like Rumble and Livewire, which is Harley's e-motorcycle company. And then we've got all the performance information there. And remember, the warrant prices are nominal. Those aren't real time. You have to look those up. This price is updated. When you open the spreadsheet, it will be values only because I can't assume that people have Y charts, which is how we pull in some of this data. So you'll have a values only version of this, but it'll still have the formatting. You'll still be able to sort. And so this is all up to date. And what do we do with this? I mean, I tend to look at, performance. So I'm kind of interested in, what kind of things had the biggest increase in price. Electric last mile, we really should just delete that. That's not really even a real company anymore. But it's in bankruptcy, so I'm not going to take it off just yet. Who knows? If you're a bankruptcy expert, maybe you can figure out how to make money there. This is also an opportunity. Companies have no revenue, but are up big with billion-dollar market caps. Those could be short targets. So that's how we use this data. We look at the long term, the 3-month, all those kind of things. So you can play with that to your heart's content. You can also obviously use these to select if you just want to look at certain sectors, or you want to look at non-US companies or just US companies, etc. We've got the website if you want to go there, as well as some description data that we pull in just to make your life easier if there's a name here you don't know. What else can I say on this? This is pretty basic info. But again, we use this quite a bit to sift through the data. Now, there's one fundamental column in here that I've added, which is price to sales. The issue is there's not a lot of data in the Y charts on a lot of these, and clearly these numbers are not meaningful. But if you start to look around, like maybe we want to start on the other side of this equation, you can also get rid of all the negative ones as well as the zeros and things like that. But this starts to give you a little bit more of a potential screen. And remember, market cap, these are all numbers you have to confirm because the shares outstanding can change with unlocks and things like that. So this is really for idea generation. You still have to go back and pull the numbers before you actually invest in one of these, which we of course do when we add something to the SPACfest portfolio. We've done that work and we show that. So that's how you do everything there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And that's the sheet that we've been publishing for a while. Now, other people have asked for more information on live deals. So we've got the live deal sheet here. It's not as information rich as the others. We're going to be pulling in some more data on these targets probably next month. But you can see the announcement date and the warrants can be interesting. We do a little work on the warrants. And then finally, we've added the no deal spreadsheet. And the reason is there's a sense that if we look at the deadlines of these companies, some of them are going to bail, in which case they're going to return the money. And the warrants are going to be worthless, which is why you see a lot of these trading at 2 cents or a nickel or something like that. But in the case that they go forward with an acquisition, It's possible that these warrant values can go up considerably, mainly because the time value gets reset on a successful deal. So, that's something to keep an eye on. And we're actually working on a couple of these. For instance, if you look at size, kind of look at the biggest ones, and also look here to see which ones are expiring soon. You kind of look in here and you say, you've got, these are all 2023, but you've got a couple pretty good ones here in late 22 and early 23, like Compute Health. The other thing to look at is it's Goldman Sachs. So I think you have a higher probability of maybe getting a quality deal out of a Goldman Sachs lead than maybe some of the others. That's not to say that none of these can work, but again, a lot of these are going to go to zero. However, some of them may be worth a trade from a warrant standpoint, or in some cases, some people will buy the common. But more on that. We are writing up Compute Health because it's an interesting one with some pretty powerful management in place that I could see doing a deal. They may not, and they still have a few months. So whatever you purchase of these warrants, whether that's a nickel or less, strong possibility going to zero. So again, we've just got to caution people, non-investment advice, very risky, etc. So those are the sheets. If you see this test tab, you can ignore that. That's just a data tool we use. And that gives you a summary of all the SPAC data that we have. And if you're a client and you're accessing this in the folder, then we also have we've added a PDF, a folder of all these shows, all these decks, just the PDFs so that you can find them easily. It's not complete yet, but we've been posting all these to the website, and obviously they're all on IPO Candy Pro, but we want to let our higher level SPACfest subscribers just have an easy way to get any of these, including all the updates that are published very easily in a PDF format in the folder. So look for that. And please, again, reach out to us with any questions. We'll be adding and improving this every month as we not just add the new deals, but increase the breadth and depth of what we make available in the client folder. So again, I hope that was a useful overview, and I hope you find some interesting things by poking around through these worksheets.